As the lockdown restrictions get relaxed to level 3, some companies will be open for business and workers will be returning to work. And this will bring about a whole new experience at the workplace in terms of organizational structure and restructuring, as well as jobs that will be available post-COVID-19 pandemic. So for more on this, we're joined by Human Resources Expert Nomihlali, who is focused on mining and technology. Thank you very much for coming through.
Good afternoon, Colin.
Let's paint a picture about pre-workplace return. How should businesses be prepared in terms of introducing workers to a different ball game in as far as getting into the business premises and getting on with their duties?
As we all know, the issue of the pandemic, it really hit the business market quite heavily. We all heard about the fourth industrial revolution. We were still preparing for it. We never thought that it would come this soon. And as a result, some of the companies were not prepared enough for the lockdown or the mini shutdown. And unfortunately, there wasn't any business continuity for those companies, whereas others were prepared enough. So now going back, this time has showed that there is a different skills demand. So certain jobs that were there are definitely not going to be in demand anymore. So it's a matter of channeling the talent towards the roles that are going to be in demand. How do you retrain your staff? As well as another important factor is leadership. With all of these changes, what kind of leadership is expected to drive the businesses towards success? As well as culture, we've seen that certain people are struggling to work from home. We've done a research as NISI Business Solutions to understand what the challenges are out there. The main challenge is that people are besides the fact that they are concerned about the COVID-19 and the impact on their health, they've raised issues around leadership, the leadership visibility. They've raised issues about increased workload, which talks to employee wellness. They've raised issues around the culture of the business. How do you measure output versus the time that we normally measured against? As well as how the teamwork, how do you get the employees engaged enough to talk about what is happening in the environment, the working environment, and share ideas for the benefit of the organization. So as NISI Business Solutions, we come in and assist our clients in terms of, we're basically ushering our clients in this new environment. We're helping them to manage the change. We're helping them to create a better culture that will allow their employees to function at their optimal level.
So, the problem here is that most of the time when workers are expected to return to their premises, they would be looking healthy without management knowing that any of them could be infected and also not showing any symptoms. And later on, there could be somebody who tests positive when they could have been self-isolated and quarantined before. So in hindsight, nobody knew, so then the situation would not have been averted. So how then, in the notion of change management, does one really look at the upside risk of negligence and mistakes when it comes to the problem of the spread of the COVID-19?
Well, this, Colin, talks to the investment that most organizations have to make on employee wellness. First of all, employees should be screened before they come back to the working environment. And those screens will direct the efforts that every organization will put in place to make sure that there is safety. And there's quite a lot of things that employees can put in place. For example, introduction of shifts for factory workers or the mine employees, making sure that those shifts will make sure that there is enough social distancing, as well as there won't be the factories or the work environment will not be crowded with employees. So I think mostly it's all about the investment in the employee wellness.
All right. Thank you very much for making time to speak to us. Well, the issue of workers returning to their workplaces, it's an ongoing discussion. So we will get in touch to look as to whether it's working in some of the factories or other workplaces like mines and the technology sectors, as well as office buildings as well. But thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Colin.
Right. Nomihlali is, of course, an expert who deals with the human resources aspects of mining and technology.